From Wim Hof to every wellness influencer on Instagram, ice baths are having a moment. They claim to boost recovery, burn fat, boost dopamine, crush inflammation, and basically make you a superhuman. But is this cold plunge trend backed by science or just frosty bro science? Let's crack the ice. In this episode of Wellness Mythbusters, we'll dive into what cold exposure actually does in your body, whether it really boosts recovery, mood, metabolism, or immunity, who it helps and who should skip it, and if you need a 12,000 ice tub to get the benefits. Ice baths are trending everywhere, from NFL locker rooms to TikTok reels. The dopamine rush clip from Andrew Huberman? Viral. Biohackers are spending thousands on at-home cold plunge tubs. But is there actual science behind it, or are we just chilling for views? Cold exposure has been used for centuries. Ancient Romans dipped in cold baths for vitality. Finnish saunas pair heat with icy lake plunges. Athletes have used ice baths for decades to reduce soreness. But modern hype? That comes from influencers and neuroscience podcasts. When you submerge in cold water under 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 degrees Celsius, blood vessels constrict, your heart rate and breathing spike, norepinephrine and dopamine shoot up, your body activates a stress response, fight or flight. Over time, repeated cold exposure may increase stress resilience and mood regulation, but it's not exactly relaxing. This is the most common reason athletes use ice baths. The theory: cold reduces inflammation and soreness after intense workouts. Some studies support this, showing slightly reduced soreness 24-48 hours post-exercise, but others show it may actually blunt muscle growth and adaptation when overused. Translation: use it wisely. It may help after a brutal game, but not after every gym session. Now for the brain stuff. Huberman and others say ice baths cause a massive dopamine surge, up to 2.5 times baseline. That's bigger than chocolate sex or a hit of nicotine. The mood boost can last hours. Why? Cold triggers a controlled stress response that floods your system with alertness chemicals. But this is still an acute response, not a miracle fix for depression. Cold exposure can activate brown fat that burns energy to keep you warm. This might increase calorie burn slightly, especially in lean people, but we're talking maybe 100-200 extra calories per cold session. That's not a fat-burning miracle, it's one slice of pizza. There's some evidence that cold exposure may improve immune function. One Dutch study showed trained cold exposure participants got fewer sick days, but that was combined with breathing techniques, meditation, and gradual exposure. So it's not the cold alone, it's the full protocol. Cold plunges aren't for everyone. Avoid if you have heart conditions or high blood pressure, cold urticaria or Raynaud's syndrome, anxiety triggered by breath holding or sudden cold exposure. It's a hormetic stressor, meaning it can help or hurt depending on your baseline health. Start slow. Even a 30-second cold shower is a good intro. Ideal water temp: 50 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Ideal duration 2 to 3 minutes per session. Frequency 2 to 4 times a week for most benefits. Breathe calmly and exit slowly. No need for a luxury cold tub, a trash can shower, or creek works just fine. Do you need an ice bath to be healthy? Number. Can it help with mood stress or post-game soreness? Yes, for some people. But don't expect fat loss, ripped abs, or total immunity. It's a tool, not a miracle, and definitely not a substitute for sleep, nutrition, or exercise. So are ice baths a miracle cure, or just bro science in a bucket? Honestly, a little of both. There's solid science showing benefits for mood stress and post-exercise recovery, especially when used strategically. But the overhyped claims about fat loss, immunity, or superhuman performance, that's where the ice starts to melt. We've tested cold plunges ourselves, and while they're no magic pill, they do deliver on mental clarity and resilience. If you're curious, start slow. You don't need a 12,000 tub to get the upside. Just remember, it's a tool, not a shortcut. And definitely not a substitute for sleep, nutrition, or movement. That's the cold truth. Found this helpful? Tap subscribe. We bust wellness myths weekly with science, not hype.